I'm Wendy Elaine Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager in Los Angeles, California, you guys. And if you're new to my channel, I'm a manager who teaches actors how to build an acting career from scratch. Or maybe you've already started a little bit, but you still don't know what to do next. And I'm happy to help you and tell you how to do that. In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a cover letter that you can use when you're submitting to agents and managers. And if you'd like a free PDF with several cover letter samples that you can follow as a format, go ahead and look in the description below for your free PDF. So when I send an email, let's say I'm going to send an email to an agent, but I'm just going to put my own email address in there right now. Okay. Now, what I put in the subject line is the most important things. I might say 18 to 25 if that's the age range. I might put biracial, and I might put speaks Spanish, or, you know, professional soccer player, if that's a thing. Whatever it is that makes you stand out. Okay, and then inside the body of the email, I drag a photo straight to the top of the email, right at the top, so that they know exactly who I'm looking at sending them. And I make it small, like I just did. So I'll do it again. Just, you see these little dots up here? I just always make it really small. I wouldn't put a serious one there. I'd probably put a smiley face. So let's go with a smiley one. Ta-da! I like that. I want to create a positive first impression right off the bat. Now, I'm going to change this because obviously that's not who I'm submitting right now. So this woman is in her 50s to 60s. She's African American. She is just upscale. Lovely woman. So maybe I would write African American, 50s to 60s, upscale, retired teacher, which tells me she can probably do a lot of great commercial stuff as a businesswoman, as a retired teacher, a mom, a grandma. Okay. And she's a Los Angeles local, so LA local, they do want to know that. Okay, so then I made it smaller, and you can, if you're not a local in LA, maybe you're a local in some other state or several states, you want to put things that make you stand out here. You could put paramedic if you're really a paramedic, or a firefighter, genuine firefighter. You can put speaks 3 languages. You can speak proficient in dance, martial artist, whatever it is that you do that makes you stand out. Then I would put dear and the name of the agent. So dear Wendy, I'm the manager at this point. So we're sending it to myself. Dear Wendy, my name is blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. I live in Los Angeles. Again, the same stuff I put in the chat. I'm a retired teacher. Playing ages 50 to 60. Now, I would say whatever your big bookings are. Recently have booked the lead. I got to change I make mistakes when I type, you know, don't we all? Here we go. Recently have booked the lead in three films. And even if they're short films, don't mention what kind they are. Just say, you know, recently have booked the lead in 3 films, a national commercial, and 2 voiceovers. So what I'm trying to tell them in this paragraph is that I'm a booker. Okay? I train at Anthony Mindell Studios. Am proficient. I have experience, have 5 years experience, have 5 years experience at samba dancing, whatever you do that you do, just to be interesting, and speak fluent Spanish. Now, anything that you say in here that you do, you need a video proving that you do it. So if you say that you have 5 years experience at samba dancing, then you're going to need a video on your Actors Access of you doing samba. If you say you speak fluent Spanish, then you need to have a clip, 15, 20 seconds of you speaking fluent Spanish. Whatever it is you say is your special superpower that you can do, you have to have proof that you can do it. Okay, I'm just going to make up a name for her at this point because Juvdishu is not a name. Angela, how's that? My name is Angela. I live in Los Angeles. I'll just put a comma. Keep working on it. Make it right. I'm a retired teacher playing ages 50 to 60. Recently, I have booked the lead in 3 films, a national commercial, and 2 voiceovers. I train at Anthony Mindell Studios. Oops. Girl. Moving on here. Train at Anthony Mindell Studios. Have 5 years experience at samba dancing and speak fluent French or Spanish. So whatever your main talents are, that's what you want to put there. Here are links. Here are links to my Actors Access, so you want that. Casting networks. And I always upload my demo reel or my acting clips to YouTube as well, because I know that when an agent or manager is looking at stuff on their iPhone, sometimes it doesn't play the video. So I'll write YouTube just to make sure that I upload the demo reels to those things as well. So I'm sending the Actors Access, the casting networks, the YouTube, and if I want to make an impression on Instagram and I have a really nice following, or I have some really lovely photos that you won't see on Actors Access, you know, on set, red carpet photos, behind the scenes, just showing that I'm a working actor, I'll put the Instagram in there. I'd say, you know, I would love, and so you always want to try. Now, I'm just going to go back and work on this as we go. Dear Wendy, now I want to find something personal that I can relate to. Maybe I've heard this agent on Instagram. I recently heard you speak on Instagram and loved your approach to representing actors. Okay, so I want to put something that makes this email personal. Okay, something that's going to make it personal. Maybe you saw me go to Paris recently and you say to me, I saw your pictures to Paris on Instagram of your trip to Paris this summer or whatever. It looked beautiful. Are you planning on going back? You know, something that just starts to get my attention on you as more than just a name in a box, a submission of somebody I don't know. Now, of course, if you're getting a referral from someone, the best thing to do is have that person send the email for you. So if your acting teacher wants to refer you to an agent they know, have them write the email. But you can also mention, you know, you represent my friend so-and-so, Taylor Swift, and I'm really excited about everything that's going on in her career. Well, something like that, something that just speaks to them on a personal level. My name's Angela. I live in Los Angeles. I'm a retired player. I've recently booked blah, blah, blah. Here's some links to my Actors Access, Instagram, YouTube. I would love to meet with you to discuss possible representation. Meet with you to discuss possible representation. Okay, so those are the keys. And then I would say you need a professional signature at the bottom. Something where you don't just sign your name, okay? In my case, I'm the founder of Hollywood Winter Circle Academy. And in my case, whenever I send emails out, I always am sending it about Hollywood Winter Circle typically. So I've got like recommendations from different people about Hollywood Winter Circle, casting directors, agents, managers, and how much they love the course and how much they recommend it. In your case, you could use a company called Wise Stamp. Let's say if I go to Wise Stamp, it's called, I'll just write it here so you see, wisestamp.com. You can create a free, personalized email signature at the bottom of your email so you look like a professional when you submit it. Okay, ystamp.com. It's free. Okay, so that's what I would do. Looking forward to hearing from you. Looking forward to hearing from you. Now, of course, you can follow up this email in a couple days and say, and if you haven't heard back, you would say, I know you're really busy, so I just wanted to reach out to you. I sent you an email on Monday, and I'm just following up. And maybe you could put another photo at the top, a different one that shows a different kind of character that you play. Maybe you could add an article. Maybe if you were nominated, here's some things that are important. If you were nominated for Best Actor in a film festival, in the Santa Monica Film Festival, those are selling points. If you have booked 7 out of the last 10 auditions you had, wow, that's kind of a selling point. If you create your own content, they always love that. If you are constantly networking and building relationships with casting directors, constantly networking and building relationships with casting directors, with CDs. Those are selling points, if you had a callback, if you went to producers on a pilot, or you could say went to producers on Grey's Anatomy last week, went to producers on a pilot, or you could say on Grey's Anatomy last week and on Grey's Anatomy last week. These kind of things are the language we speak, right? It says, and I'm going to probably, do I know how to spell Grey's Anatomy? Yeah. It says, I am busy with my career. I'm getting callbacks. I'm booking jobs. I'm training. I create my own content. I'm building relationships with casting directors. These are all the kind of things that say to us as managers and agents that you are active in your career, you are proactive, you're taking initiative on getting things done, and you're not sitting around waiting for someone to give you a career. That's what this all says, right? And that's what that language is. We don't want to hear things like, I've always wanted to be an actor my whole life. Back when I was in 3rd grade, I thought I'd be an actor, and I've always wanted to play different characters, and I'm really passionate about acting, and I know I'm going to be successful, and we don't want to hear any of that stuff. We want to know, where are you training? What are you booking? Are you getting callbacks? Do you speak languages? What are your talents? Show us your links. That's what we want to see. So let's say I'm done with that, and I might put like recent career wins. Recent career wins. And notice I didn't say I'm a series regular in a project, because you might not be yet, right? But maybe you have a 60% booking ratio, whatever it is that you can list some of the casting. You have strong relationships with this casting office or that casting office. You're producing your own films and they're going into film festivals. Anything that says I'm busy working on my acting career. Make sure you have your links and then wrap it up. Notice I did not do any begging, promising, pleading, saying stupid things that make me sound like I'm an amateur. Just stick to what you've booked and where you've trained and who you are. Gotcha? And then you hit send. Ta-da! That's how you write a cover letter. Now, what if you don't have anything to talk about? Well, then you're not doing enough in your career. If you didn't go to producers, then you can take that off. Take it off. Okay? You should be constantly working on building relationships with casting directors. How do you do that? Take classes with them. You got ACE Studios, TVI Acting Studios, Acting and Voice Studios. There's different studios where you can take classes with them. Some acting teachers have classes with casting directors. James Ciccone has amazing classes with casting directors. You should be creating your own content. Short films, entering them into student film festivals, short film festivals, 48-hour film festivals, anything where you're starting to get your own content, creating scenes for yourself, getting experience in front of the camera, all that stuff is great. If you haven't booked 7 out of the last 10 auditions you have and you only booked 2, then leave that off. That's not a selling point. If you've never been nominated for a Best Actor award, but you can say you currently have a film in the Santa Monica Film Festival. You could say that. Maybe you're not nominated for anything, but a film you're in, currently in a film at the Santa Monica Film Festival. This just says I'm in the game and I'm playing. Okay, so depending on what you're achieving, but make sure that this is what you are putting in here, right? Now, if you just started and you don't have a national commercial and you haven't booked 2 voiceovers, keep working on your bookings. These things will grow over time. Maybe you don't say that. You could say you booked the lead in 3 films, or maybe you didn't book the lead. Maybe you had a supporting role. I booked a supporting role in 2 films. Recently booked supporting roles in 2 films, right? So just be honest, whatever it is, be honest about what you're doing. But those are some of the tips I have for you when you're, I can't spell films, 2 L's, no. The tips I have for you when you're writing your cover letter. It's that simple and you keep it that simple. Drag your picture to the top. Make it a happy, friendly, cheerful one, just one. Don't get carried away, just one. Address the person by name. Do not BCC or send it to a whole bunch of people. Make it personal in your first sentence. Try to find a thing. Look at their IMDb Pro. If you see a client that they have that you're friends with, you can mention that you know that person and you love the success they're having in their career together. You can look at their social media, look at their LinkedIn, see if there's anything you have in common. Maybe they grew up in the same place you did, or went to school where you did, or they have a dog like you did. Anything that you have in common, you want to try to personalize this right off the beginning. If you have friends in common, you see that you share the same contacts on your Facebook or your LinkedIn. All right. Put your name, where you live, and you could put that you're SAG-AFTRA. So up in here, you could put SAG-E if you're SAG eligible, so they know. Or if you're SAG-AFTRA, you could put SAG-AFTRA. Just things like that sell you. And then hit send. I'm going to send it to myself. Bye-bye. And that's how you write a cover letter to agents and managers. And I've used that format with like so many of my clients and the actors that I work with at Hollywood Winter Circle Academy. When they're at my school and I'm working with each of my actors on their cover letters, that's exactly how I tell them to format their cover letters. It's what agents and managers want to see in cover letters. And you wouldn't believe how many actors we have gotten signed at Hollywood Winter Circle Academy just simply using that formula, because we're speaking in the language that agents and managers want to hear. And if you'd like a free PDF with several sample cover letters that you can use as a guide to format your cover letter, look in the description below and you'll see a link where you can get your free PDF.